Not after trying marriage and then it is difficult, then you come. That one also, you are not going to make a good priest or a good religious. You are also again going to see a good marriage and then you try to jump outside. So the right decision is to make when you don't have any impediment. Those are the impediment that is considered when you are being admitted. Are we together? And the marriage, if you already have the life that you are together with the child or the children, we don't admit you. You have to take care of that life to be a responsible person in the society. What if you have ever involved yourself in a sexual immorality? Maybe because of the challenge that occur in our life, like adolescent. The person qualified for the vocation. This one I have already answered. That is a repeated question. What is a vocation? I think I answered this question at the beginning. We said it is in religious context, it is how God called you to serve Him. It is a divine call to serve Him in a unique way. That is very simple. And so when you are called, you have to answer in the various ways that I have explained in the various vocations that we are looking at. Is it allowed for anyone to become a priest, a sister, a brother when you are not from matrimonial family? The answer is yes. Some of you are the blessing to the family. So when you join, your parents might see the good thing you are doing and eventually join. As the candidate, as the aspirant, you are also tasked to check on the life and what you desire. Talk to your vocation animator. I told you about we, the missionary, we consider the fate of individual first, and then the family background later. If you have no impediment, we can admit you to be a brother. Can I join brotherhood after marriage? The answer will be yes, and the answer is also no. The reason why it is yes, we can admit people in the secular order of Franciscan. The secular order of Franciscan gives you the distinct responsibility to be with your family and also to serve God in the spirit and in the charism of St. Francis and St. Clare of Assisi. So if you are married and you want to, after marriage you want to join, we encourage you to liaise with the secular Franciscan order and you can be able to join that. In some monastery, in some monastic life, you can join after marriage, but when only if you have lost your spouse. But then they consider the responsibility you have home if you want to be a monk. A monk is a man who consecrated himself for the service of others. Yes. So if you are married and you want to join with her, ask you, how old is your child? Can the child be alone? Can the child take care of his or herself alone? If the answer is yes, how old is your age? Because our age limit is 30 years old. And then you have a child. Can somebody of 30 years old nurture a child who can depend on his or herself? The answer is no. So this answer, once you are married, you focus on building your family. But we have an association that can help you to become a better person. How many stages into bracket years do you undergo in formation to become a full member of the congregation? This is a good question. In Franciscan fraternity, we have the first stage of getting to know one another that is called aspirancy. In the aspirancy, you get communication with your vocation director. After getting the communication with the director, he will call you to come and see what we do in the community, how we pray in the community, and how we sleep, how we talk to one another. That can take you a journey of 1 year to see that we call you once in a while for about a month, you go home to make decision. And then after joining there, we then give you another 1 full year to be in the postland. We take you from home to stay with us in the community full time for 1 full year as a postland. In the postland, you'll be taught about many things that you need to know about the congregation, the church, and the basic ethic of life. After finishing your postland, we admit you to novitiate. Postland say is 1 year. Then we admit you to the novitiate. In the novitiate is where the life of a religious starts from. You'll be subjected to learn about the congregation, the constitution, the church law, the scriptures, and many other things, depending on the different congregation. There are some congregations which are mixed. They are brothers and priests. They also have different formation strategy. So in total, to be a brother, you have to take the first vow after 4 years. 4 years, you have to take the first vows. And if you fail to take the first vows, if you are judged not competent or not yet ready to take the vows, then they will advise you to add a period of 3 to 6 months. And if they see you are not yet ready, then they advise you to try other vocation because you are not ready to learn. So in total, you are going to take 4 years to take the first vows. And then, being a temperate profess, you keep on renewing your vows for a period of 5 to 6 years. And then you make your final commitment that you will die in the institute. It is the same with other missionaries, which are mixed priests and brothers. They take these vows, and then after that you can be ordained a priest. Now with that, I think I've done with the question. There is one prayer request here, which we shall pray for you, and be sure of our prayer. This is Sister Adongo Sylvia. We shall remember you in our prayer, and we wish you well in your discernment. Now, about our congregation, where we are founded, there is a question. We are Franciscan Brothers of Montbello Island. We are founded in the year 1820 in Montbello, in one of the islands in Europe. In 1974, we moved to Kenya, and from there the brothers has been involved in different activities in empowering the marginalized within Nakuru Diocese. Currently, we have about 6 communities in Kenya, 2 in Uganda, Soroti being the newest of all. That is 1 year old community here in Soroti. For you to join our congregation, we expect you, academic level for Kenya, you have to finish senior 4 with a mean grade of C plain in Kenya, and Division 2 in Uganda and Tanzania, plus professional training from the state of a recognized institution, or an A level in Uganda and Tanzania with 2 principal subjects and a minimum of 1 year work experience. You must be a Catholic, a committed Catholic, fully baptized and confirmed in the church. You must be single and have not attempted marriage. You must be single and you have not attempted marriage, and free from any family obligation. Some of you can get a loan, then you run to join the congregation. The congregation is not responsible for that. So you must be free from that. And then you have to also to be a good character and of good health. We work with the people, and so if you are not healthy enough, then you cannot be able to serve others. So you have to be healthy enough, and then ability to live a community life. That is where we see the face of Christ in everything we do. And our ministry involves education, formation, environmental conservation, accompanying others, peace building. So for your information, if you want to know about us, I'm going to leave this brochure behind. And the contact of the vocation director is also there. In Uganda, you can call 077585080. That is Nebi. I'm going to read it slowly, so when the right time comes. So I'm leaving this with the moderator. When the right time comes, you come and pick, and then you see whether you are qualified. After getting this brochure, make a phone call to the vocation director. In case the number is not available, then I can give you this community number of Sorority. You can call, the brothers will talk to you. And the number is, now you write it slowly, 0 7 8 8 3 1 7 8 1 7. So if they get the one in the brochure is not there, sometimes the phone might be off, you call the one I've given you. The sorority brothers will be able to direct you to the vocation director. And once you start, and we need it, now that we are sorority, we expect next year most of you to come from sorority. We have the philosophy of each country should have their natives indigenous brothers. So those who are in sorority, we welcome you to take lead in the mission here. I think with this, I beg to stop here. About our congregation, you have heard already, and you have known. In Ireland, we are in 4 communities. In US, we are in 4 communities. In Kenya, 7 communities. In Uganda, 2 communities. So thank you so much for listening. And now I'll welcome the next speaker. But before that, the moderator, you are welcome.
Thank you, brother. Actually, as we are welcoming the next brother to give us more about Yufra, DJs.
Now there are some questions which were directly to the sisters. Now, sister can brush over quickly.
Yes.
2 minutes.
But before sister comes, DJs, these people are requesting from this side that the speakers which are this way actually are not giving sound. That's why you are here getting this actual that nonsense coming from there. So let's try all ways of helping them to get the message. At least you reach there still and work upon. So Lawrence, from where you are, I don't want to cross this. Come and talk to the DJs. We need to help them, because they need to get the message.
Hello. Good afternoon to you. Are you getting me? Good. So don't make noise when I'm talking, eh? I'm getting to your answers, okay? Yesterday I was here. Who remembers my names? Anyone? Sister, okay. So before I remind you of my name, I have my little one here. I want her to first introduce her name, then I take Over.
Ejokola subani. Doi karukere. Hamcha besinya bite. Ejokola subani. Doi karukere. Nere chapone ngopongoni. Wow. I am Sister Goreti Yakola, Arango Sister Goreti Yakola, along with Diocese Lobo Sorority, Parish Law Kiere. I'm sure there are people from Kiere here. You're most welcome.
Clap for her, our own. Some people are very, what is happening? Is it mood swing?
Yeah, but you're just from taking break, you people. So, I came here when they were praising and worshiping, and it is my hobby, so I had to join. Yalamanoi praise and worship team, and I saw my classmate there. Thank you so much, Winifred. Yalama Monoilo Lobnere just Tayoganesu when they are talking about religious life. Somebody one time asked me, but sister, what is wrong with you? I said, what is the problem? Sister, what is wrong? Why did you go to that life? Why are you going to be wasted there? Ijetesu kopani tungala fande bakasi benye be mala bonrai ore bakabala jemi mokiningo sister mali kono se mali. How can you just go and get wasted there? You're not going to gain anything. Ororo patana, you could join that life for some 2 years, then maybe you leave. Just make a contract. I'm telling you people, I lacked words to tell this person, but I had to tell him that I chose this life because I wanted to serve God in an extraordinary way. This life is a life of sacrifice. I'm not going to talk much because sister is going to explain a lot. Brothers have already explained, but it's just a life of sacrifice, sacrificing to our God. God is the one who gives us everything. Last one say na kinoni borokere, Tony do it akereke. Imagine if all of you went and gave birth. Subaru, I will just alupo. Alupo. Epololeti to efane bakase toto papa toni kingoda waika. Where do you show them? I pray for him to become a priest. So Yalama Noi, Yalama Punere, Yalama Kupokin. I'm not going Sorry, I'm not going to Jokan, and our sister is going to explain more about religious life. Please let's pay attention. These are the little sisters of St. Francis. Lorelu, please come and join us. Don't you see that I'm looking good? Am I miserable? Yeah, somebody asked me, why did you go and waste that beauty? I said even God loves the beautiful. So please come and join us. Little sisters are welcoming. They love you so much. I'm already seeing many sisters. Please don't shame me. As I go back, please let me have followers, please. I beg you. So, we love you so much and thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you, sister.
Welcome, sister.
Does she look wasted? Does she look wasted? Yes. But say, brother told us that the factory for religious life, for marriage life, for any vocation is where? The family, not so. So if the family doesn't do its work of manufacturing us well, upbringing us well, we become wasted even in the marriage life. Isn't it? So a reminder of my name is Reverend Sister Sylvia Akech. As I said yesterday I was talking about mental health. Today I'm talking about vocation. So yesterday I didn't tell you where I work. I work just with the children with disability, just across here. Just behind us there, and we bake the Mama Kevin a bakery, bread. So today I'm here to tell you about us, the Little Sisters of St. Francis of Assisi. We were started in 1923 in Kokonjeru, Uganda, now in Buyukwe. We were started by Mother Mary Kevin Kani, a Franciscan missionary sister for Africa, and an Irish lady. Right now she's a servant of God. A servant of God means someone who is almost being made a saint. So soon we are calling Mother Kevin Saint who? Saint Kevin. Now what is required of us for her to be called a saint? There are processes that involves. I will not take you in detail, but the most important right now, people are praying through her. Intercession for healing. Now they need a medical miracle. Say for instance, if someone had cancer, that everybody and even medically has been approved that this person has cancer. And he prays through Mother Mary Kevin. And that person gets healed. And it is approved medically that that person has gotten healed. A number of such people are taken to the people who are responsible and presented to Rome, and then Mother Kevin is pronounced Saint Kevin. And that is our mother. We are proud of her. So the Little Sisters, as I said, were started in 1923 in Uganda by these sisters who came. If you did your history very well and you remember those missionaries who came in 1903 in Uganda. Yes? Those sisters came, 6 of them in that group. And they were Franciscan missionaries for Africa. But because, learning, like now, I have Goretti. If I felt that there's something that I needed to be translated in Ateso, Goretti will quickly help me to tell you. So they were all whites from UK and Ireland. So it was hard for them so much to penetrate into Africa, to understand the lives of people, much as they were doing the medical and the education of the women, mainly. It was quite hard. So they started the Little Sisters of St. Francis, the locally born sisters who can reach out to their own and spread the gospel in the charism of St. Francis of Assisi. So we have celebrated 100 years in 2023. We have made 100 years as Little Sisters. I would tell you more where we are, but mainly we work in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, USA, and now in Germany. In the Soroti Diocese, among the oldest convents, we have Usuk, we have Toroma, we have Luala, we have Mora. Those are convents that were started by Mother Kevin and then Madeira. So that's where we work. And we work in schools, we work in hospitals, we work as administrators, we work in social work. One of the social work areas are dealing with youth and touching the lives of people who are having current challenges and problems. Our current problems, some of them are what? HIV and AIDS, not so. Are you with me? Shout loud so that I know that you're with me. Okay. So I was saying we work in schools, work in hospitals, we do social work, and I've said so one of the social work we do is working with you, the young people, and meeting challenges that listening to your challenges that you face. Our formation houses are in Palisa because we want to get people. We are in Kokonjeru. From Palisa, what brother took us through the stages. We are Franciscan like them, but we are sisters for them, they are brothers. So we also have aspirants. From aspirants, for us we have candidates. After candidates, we get postulants. After postulants, we go to novitiate. So those are 3 years before entering the novitiate. So aspirants, we have vocation animators. For Soroti Diocese, we have Sister Dina Amushu, the head teacher of Torma Girls. And I will provide you with her number at a certain time. So when the animator, the vocational animator journeys with you and finds that you are a candidate who can be formed, then she recommends you for come and see. Come and see is about 2-3 weeks at the novitiate. Then after that, you are recommended to go to Palisa for 2 years. Candidates and postulants. And then from there, you join the novitiate. And in novitiate, because we are in East African countries, we encourage us ourselves to learn all the cultures. While you're there, you are selected not because you belong to the Uganda, so you will be formed in Uganda, because the Kenya people also come in Uganda for postulants and candidates. So you're either taken to Kokonjero novitiate or Bahati in Kenya or Ijinyu in Tanzania for novitiate, 2 years. And during the profession, you are again brought back to Kokonjeru, all of you. You are professed and posted anywhere in Uganda, Kenya, or Tanzania. Yes. So, what are the qualifications? From 25 years to 30 years. Education, Form 6, with at least 2 principal passes, or a certificate equivalent to that, but also we accept working class. So some of the questions before I open them, I think I'm answering them. Is that okay? So having said something about us, can I begin answering these questions? And if you have more, I still can welcome them, but I will have to ask brother to allow me to do that. So the first of the question is, but now sister, sometime I want to become a sister, but I am not shown for a congregation. What can I do? Because there are so many congregations. I think I have talked about ourselves. Even my contact and Sister Goretti's contact is going to be available. Last year I talked to you, was it last year or the other year? And I got so many calls. I could not express myself sometime in Ateso because some people still had challenge with English. I referred some people to Sister Dina, and I hope you got help. I hope you have answered that. What if you have ever involved yourself into sexual immorality, maybe because of the dangers that occur in the handwriting, in their lives, like adolescents? Don't Does that person also qualify for vocation? Which vocation? This is not very specific, but I can relate it to ours. Okay? So, for us, before you come, I had not talked about other qualifications. You undergo medical tests and you're taken to the hospital. There are forms they are supposed to fill medically, and one of them may get into this. Challenges where I see is you can be sick, and so why would you would be running away from the responsibility which you have caused for yourself and taking shelter into the convent. In other words, the convent life is not a place for hiding or running away from responsibility. Take up your responsibility, take up what you have started and carry the cross. All of us have passed through adolescence. And we have been growing with the boys and girls together. And sex is an emotion. It's like when you feel hungry. When you feel hungry, do you eat there and then? Say for instance, when food is not there. Do you go stealing? Yesterday we were talking about different disorders. There is even sexual disorder. And yesterday we mentioned about it here. Do we want to say that we are having sexual disorders, that we cannot control ourselves until the rightful time? Brother talked about dating and courtship. Why would we rush into things? At one time I was facilitating the youth in Central Division, Central Uganda. And there is something related with sexuality where girls visit the bush. That without visiting the bush, you cannot be a girl. Now, I'm not very much familiar with the Teso culture via sexuality of adolescents. But what am I trying to say? Sex is emotions that can be controlled just like anger or thirst. Just like you can maintain yourself here calmly and yet you're feeling hungry. Still you can control the sexual urge until the rightful time. If you are to be married, then be married. If you are to become religious, then be contented. If you practice abstinence at this time, you will find life very easy in the convent. Now you're beginning doing things early. How will you control yourself in the convent? Or in the parish, or in the convent of the brothers? So we need to learn these things now. Are we there, all of us? Have I answered this person? Good. Another question. How many years does it take for you to become a sister? I counted aspirants 1 year, candidates 2 years, postulant 3 years, and then junior novice 1 year, that is 4, and then senior novice 5. So that is temporal vows. My sister Goretti is in temporal vow. She has finished those stages and she has lived 2 years so far. So she has lived with us since she left home like 7 years. Me, I have finished all those stages and I am permanent sister. So after the temporal vows, there are more 6 years. Whereby, brother told us, every year you get evaluation. You request, I want to renew my vow. That is like now courtship. You are living the life there, but you are not yet a permanent member. So every year, if you're still interested, you write, please, can I renew my vows? And then you're allowed to renew for 1 year. Another year. And then at the end of the 4th year, you renew for 2 years to make the 6 years. Are we together? So all together, we are having about 10 to 11 years to be a permanent sister, canonically. Another question is it allowed when you have a stepmother and a stepfather? Brother answered this by saying, it's first individual. The call is yours. The call is not for your parents. And this call is not just that you are the one carrying yourself going to the formation house. It is a divine call. Actually, you asked me, at least sister had answer for that person who told her. Sometimes I don't have answer. Why are you a sister? I don't know why I am a sister sometimes, but I love the vocation. It is a call. It's God who knows why. So sometimes answering those questions is a little hard because it's just like saying, why are you married? It's a call, not so, and a divine call. When someone is in courtship and in love with somebody, they will tell you the bad thing about that person. They will tell you it's a shutdown, it's this and the other, but you are focused. You will even go back and tell that person, do you know what people are telling me? You are a wish. You don't know, you cannot control yourself. It is the same with the call for sister, brother, or priest. Sometimes we don't know we are there because the Spirit of God is upon us and has picked us. Are we together? Is it allowed to join after getting work? Yes, I said it. And it's a very big yes. But the challenge is, out of the years that I have lived there, I find, and I have observed some people, number of people who came with the profession. Someone was a secondary teacher. She joined. She was a very good musician. She could even come and train us when we were still in formation in music. She joined, and after 2-3 years, she left because it's a life of sacrifice. I get my salary, but I don't use it. We put in the common pool. Okay? And everybody gets the same share. If I am getting 20,000, me who has lived even more than 15 years, Sister Goretti gets the same amount of money. I can be earning $1 million, she's earning maybe 500. We put that money together and then it is divided equally. Are we together? So, why am I explaining this? Whereby someone said, is it possible for me to join after work? You will have touched that money. And it will be somehow hard for you to sacrifice all the time putting in the common pool. Yet there are so many needs. So you have to understand, why am I joining? Is it just admiring Sister Goretti or Sister Sylvia, how she looks? Or it is a divine call? So you have to discern it very carefully. Are we together? Are we still together? Good. My name is Anne-Mary. My question is, which subject can I offer if I want to be sister? The first subject is good manners. Listening. Why, for instance, why should a leader come and stand here and say, this tent, you're making noise, when you know what you have come to do? Why would leaders, or why would father even employ soldiers to guard you when you left home to come and listen? So, the first subject is discipline, and discipline which comes from home. the Catholic training of a child, upbringing. Our first information house is our families. So if you are one who does not listen to your parents, to your siblings, to the neighbors around, remember, during for the priest, they announce, who of you know any impediment that can prevent this person from becoming a priest or what? Your villagers will betray you. If you have been someone who is very chaotic. So the first subject is discipline and your formation in the family. Other subjects, they are normal subjects like what we do. For us, we did the normal subjects. And another subject is allowing the Spirit of God to dwell with you. I actually didn't give you the real background. For me, I am a social worker by profession, a degree in social work, but also I went to do clinical psychology. That was why I was able to give you the talk yesterday. So what are the subjects involved in social work? And what are the subjects involved in psychology? But I also now do business. That means I also went for entrepreneurship, and I did it. Right now, young people, there is no work which is bad. Every work is very important because of the current situation. So if it is maybe sweeping or going to the garden or doing what, that is what God wants you to do. And for us, we do everything. Sister Goretti, before she came here, I called her because I left her with a boy there selling bread. Some people will not want to stand there and sell bread, but for us, we are looking for money. We are working. We must be self-sustainable. Are we together? Are we together? So you have got the subject that you have to learn to be a sister or brother or father? Yes? Shout louder. Yes. Good. What if the parents allow me to join sisterhood, but they are broke? Are there some people who can come into hope? Just like brother said, we too as Franciscan, we look to the downtrodden. We look at people who need to be raised up. The most disadvantaged in our communities where we live. But I want to caution you on this. Don't come to join the sisters because you want help. That's not vocation. If you want education, just be open and say, my area, please, sisters, I need to be uplifted in education. Don't come hiding as someone who wants to join sisters, and then after education, after attaining the education from the sisters, you quit and go. It will be a curse. Are we together? So be open and say, no, for me, I want to be helped with education. And of course, some of our schools, we give scholarship, bursaries, then the rest come in another level. Electricians, please, can you help there? There is danger. Another question. Please, sister, how can I get to know more about religious life? Because I feel him. I feel called to join. I think brother talked more about this. I don't want to waste more time. Another question. I have a boyfriend, but we have not engaged in sex, and I want to be a sister like you. Will I become or not? You will become. But remember, I told you for us to undergo medical tests. Yes? Are we together? We will undergo what? Medical test before you are admitted. Another question. We are attracted by sisters. As me, I have that hope to join, but my mother is the one paying my fees. How can you help me? But I appreciate you. I think I have answered this question. If you want to be a sister, okay, with the qualification that I have mentioned, and maybe you don't qualify, but the call is there. You talk to the animator, and then you can be guided. But I have said, and I am repeating, don't come because you want education, and after being educated, you quit. It's not right. Are we together? When you want education, be open and say it from the beginning. Another question. Father, assuming I have broken my virginity, but I have a call from God, will I be allowed to join seminary? You say that if you are 15 or 25, we join you, but you will stay at home or in the parish. Here he said ours we join from 25, but the vocational animator journeys with you from even primary, P7, they journey with you and they begin guiding you. Of course, you don't stay with us, but we call you every now and again to come. And they call it come and see, just like it is in the gospel. Another question, why don't sisters animate mass? And I have observed that they sit aside during mass, and what are their main work at the church? Our main work at the church is this, what I'm doing, talking to the youth, because I belong to the Catholic Church. Yesterday we were administering Holy Communion to you. That is part of our work. Why we don't animate mass? From time memorial, I know you have not gone so much to read the church history. And those are one of the things that made our Protestant brothers and sisters to break away from the Catholic Church. Because they were autonomous and they wanted to do things the way they wish. But our Lord Jesus did not command us as women. Of course, Mary was there praying with the apostles. But he never commanded the women to animate the mass. Father will clarify more about that. Another question. Of course, I don't say that you feel offended that we don't animate mass. We are very comfortable with not animating mass because we know our position. Okay? We don't want to begin things which were not even there in the history of the Catholic Church. Another question is, please, I have a burning question. That is, what is the main work of sisters in the church? It's the same thing almost, because I see always they are not allowed to conduct the mass. Even sitting, they sit with Christians, not in the altar with the fathers. What is our problem? Youth, what is your problem? Are you not satisfied with the masses the priests say? Yes? Are you not satisfied? You are satisfied, yes? May I hear you? Are you satisfied? Yes. And are you satisfied seeing us talking to you and giving Holy Communion sometimes? Yes. Thank you. Clap for yourselves. Another question. What if I have a calling, but I am not a Catholic? You have a calling, but you're not a Catholic. The other sister told us you have to undergo catechism, instruction. But of course, the vocation and mentor will have to visit your family, will have to talk to your parents, will have to get their permission. But by the time you feel this call, I think you are of age. Not so. In Ugandan constitution, someone who can make a decision is from age 12. You have your mind very clear and you know what you want. Say for instance, an animator comes and talks to your parents and your parents are stuck. No, I'm not allowing you. You have the right to choose the religion where you belong to. Are we together? Are we together? But if now they consent and you are allowed, then you undergo the Catholic what? Catechism, and then later you join the vocation where you want. Second question, how can I convince my parents? Sometimes, especially if I am not a Catholic, they won't listen to me, yet they also contribute to my calling if I am to pursue it. Yes, you need their blessings. Like I said, the vocational animator will journey with you and with your parents so that they consent. But remember, the vocation is individual. Are we together? Yes? Good. What grades do they consider when joining priesthood, sisterhood, and brotherhood? You already talked about it, not so? Yes? What level of education do they consider? You already talked about that. What kind of jobs are allowed to be done? I already said education, that is in schools, health, that is in the hospitals, social work, things to do with this, administrators, finance, and of late our congregations also are training lawyers and church lawyers. So all the vocations which are there, only what I have not had are politics and joining what? The parliament. That is not yet there, and I don't think it will be there. Come and challenge us in the altar or talk to us from here, but not politics. Are we together? But other vocations, it also depends according to the different charism. Charism is a call to do certain work. So with the little sisters is education, health, social work, now no. Another question, what if they expel me from school? Maybe because of drug influence, and I decide to get my job. Is it a cause for me from the segregation? But being a drug addict is itself already. Remember I said our first formation house is where? Our family and the way we behave. So by the time you go to the seminary, to the formation house, and you are expelled because of drugs, do you count yourself really a person who will help these other people? You have to have sober mind to help others. Because you give what you have. Are we together? So which means if you're a drug addict, you're coming to influence the church, you're coming to influence the youth into drug hope.
Yes.
There is what?
Hope for the hopeless.
Hope for the hopeless. You can still be better and begin proclaiming, those days I was this, but now I am this. Clap for myself. That is not enough. I'm beginning to diagnose the mood swings. Yes? Can you clap for me and for us? Thank you.
Amen, 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 amen. Ya tetenge kere. Sobrano kaniye por de ya yo le tengo para en ho. Para ver ahí. Very good. Ya para ya tetenge. Lo para ya para no para usanya. But before that, Caesar had given me a paper, which I should also say something. First, I want us to thank Caesar very much and brothers for being here with us. No, not all of us are used to seeing brothers, but today I will see them. Isn't it? You have been called this one, be a brother, be a brother, be a brother. Hi, brother, look at. No. Be a brother, I'm brother, just a brother. Brothers, get to do, make get to do. We check on the line, we come and make it. Sister, they gave me a proposal about drug addiction. Anything is possible. Sister said there is hope. First, get out of drugs. Get out of drugs, get rehabilitated, and then we shall, after we have really proved you have been rehabilitated, then you can be unlimited. So that you can become a testimony. You can preach the spirit kids and say, I was once like you. I used to be a drug addict, but now God has saved you, isn't it? Yeah. Like I used to be a drunkard myself, I was a drunkard, but I want to go to priest now. Anything is possible. They say the largest room that you can have in life is a room of improvement. Are you getting it? The largest room you can have in life is a room of improvement. Don't go to the seminary because you're a drug addict. That's still going to help you. The seminary is not a reformation house. The seminary is a formation house. Don't go to the seminary for reformation. Reformation go either to a rehab or to prison. Those are only two places where you can go to be reformed. Either prison or rehab. I will move it together. Yes. Then they are saying, why are sisters not celebrating Mass? Mass is only for the ordained ministers. For the what? The ordained ministers. Not all ordained ministers. But the priests. Then the bishop also celebrates the Mass, isn't it? Yeah, because even the deacon still does not celebrate the Mass. You may go as a deacon, but you can still take a service. But you can baptize, you can wait, but not Mass. Are we moving together? Because I'm going to finish this. Now, even angels don't celebrate Mass, by the way. Even angels don't celebrate Mass. It's only priests who celebrate what? Mass. Now, sisters are like Christians like you, as shall say, only that they take professions. They profess the vows, they take the vows. That's why sometimes they sit with you. Then the other thing is, the sanctuary is only for the ministers of the liturgy, isn't it? Not everyone is supposed to come to the sanctuary, like you do in your villages there in outstation. A counselor comes, you want him to sit in front with the catechist. And then you call him honorable, even when it's horrible, you call him honorable. You should sit there, whether the MP comes or who, you should sit there, not here. Here is for the liturgical functions only. I went together. Huh? Then our friend was saying, no, Father, assuming I have broken my virginity, but I have a call from God, will I be allowed? This is what they call secondary what? Virginity. A repu kwa nai dula. Ora back. Ari wali asotoi kona kai. Kwa mami chama kido wa pagini nga manyanyasi kwa pa do patana do bai wali kwa pa ni kwa pa. Are you there? Now let us rise up. Hey, let us rise up. Goye mami nai kimi. Arara ndia karate ba apana so to nakara. Opora nakara so to so je pa apele película. Ora pakile kucha kina washa. Are we together? If the granaries are been tampered with, now you can now seal them. Seal the granaries. Hey, hello, C1. Give us a hot one. Do you want a hot one? Hot one. Pero lejos solo te da los separar, ¿verdad? Que le pasa con la papá, a lo coco, a le mala gayón. Las bani papa. Pero para sangat tak diberma lucu. Seperti boleh perlu ada orang ni kedai solusi. Yang aku musuh fellowship dah. Nggak kena so kena mereka lah gayón. Kena apa kena tidak. Kena dia orang orang salah jauh di pada nggak kiri soalnya cile memang mereka lat mulut nggak kilo. Karena kisah kau perlu dikosi. Karena apa? Kalau koko kalian malah gayón. Ini nyamiunya kena apa tadi nih jauh kepala lain. Yaman, yaman. Naenda Kanani. Mambie Farao, nimeokoka, sitarudi tena Misri, naenda Kanani. Ya Farao, sinaokoka, sitarudi Misri, naenda Kanani. Mambie walevi, nimeokoka, sitarudi tena Misri, naenda Kanani. Kwenye mji wa Kanani, tunaenda Kanani leo.